it's being optimized, or when the system is going to be benefited from by energy, by cost of energy, something like that. So that is basically what is IHRESS is all about. Like I said to you in OSIM, in OSIM, University of Science Islam Malaysia, what we do is that we look for Quran, the relevation from Quran, the hadith, the dalil, that is going to be our basis of research. Basically, in the book of Quran, in Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse number 2 tells you that cooperate with one another in goodness and rightness, and do not cooperate in sin and transgression, and be mindful of Allah. I base my research in USIM on this very ayat. Right, so this ayat says that you need to cooperate and giving goodness and giving keadilan, adil, being adil to everyone. You have to carry everything that you work out or work in your laboratory to the people. Okay, you have to carry this excellent work that you were working in your classroom, in your laboratory, in your testing sites, to the community out there. So this is about being, sharing all the goodness and rightness to the community of the world. Also, another thing in Surah Al-Qasas, verse number 7 tells that do as Allah has done good to you. So all these two, all these two ayats give me strength, give me the, the reason for me to do research. Not only in this field, but also in other research as well. I'm doing some work in image, in artificial intelligence, and the rest. So for this one, I see there is a chat coming. Oh, sorry, I thought this already the questions. Never mind, just we wait for that. Maybe the moderator will have a look at the chat room on there to see whether is there any questions or anything that the crowds want to share or the audience want to share. Let us begin this sharing with what is intelligent hybrid renewable system. What is IHRESS? How is being done? What is that, and why we are doing it? And when you have to do it, and also where you want to do it. So I'm going to share with you from in Malaysia we call it 5 husband 1 wife. Sorry, five wife 1 husband. What, when, who, what, and also how. Okay, we start with the what. What is intelligent hybrid renewable energy system solution? Let us call it IHRESS for the rest of the presentation. So a hybrid, by definition, okay, this is a by definition, right? This is a by definition saying that hybrid renewable energy system is composed of 1 renewable energy and 1 conventional energy sources. Okay, this is the minimum, meaning you have 1 generator and so you have 1 solar PV. That is already a hybrid renewable energy. You can go 2 renewable energy, 3 renewable energy, 4 renewable energy sources, and you have 1 generator. It's also called a hybrid renewable energy system. Okay, the reason we have a conventional system is that we want to keep the disturbance value or the disturbance event minimum. For some reason, for example, solar PV, if you have rain, then you will not have any output from your solar. So that is disturbance to the system. If you have wind turbine, for example, most of countries, they have good winds, but not all the time. not all the time. So they have a wind for 1 hour, and then there's no wind for another hour, and then the wind goes on for another 2-3 hours, and then there's no wind as well. So these are, the sources of renewable energy that we have to couple it with the conventional sources to minimize this disturbance. In the event, when rain happens, your solar PV is not going to charge the battery. This is where the DC generator or the diesel generator is going to kick in. So that means you as the building owner or the customer or the community will enjoy electrical energy consistently or constantly. So that's why we couple this renewable energy with at least one conventional energy sources. Okay, some system are connected with wind power, photovoltaic power, fuel cell, micro turbine generator to generate power. Okay, so these are the elements of hybrid renewable energy system, or HRES. Okay, HRES. This kind of system at the moment is gaining popularity because everyone is using it, everyone is installing it, everyone wants energy to be carried to communities. So that means they want the communities who are very far from the city to have electricity. Okay, at the moment, of course, they are generated diesels to power these remote communities, but as the fossil fuel is depleted, we are no longer having a very guaranteed amount of fuel or fossil fuel. So that means we need to turn to renewable energy sources that is going to utilize either sun or rain or any other sustainable or whatever that the world gives us. Okay, that the world gives us. So gaining popularity is something. So that means everyone is using it due to the accessibility. The price also is going low, is going down. So that means the system is getting more and more affordable. People can buy it and install it at their homes. A very good durability, meaning the hybrid power system can be used for a longer time. Last time I remember there was a time that the battery is so small. The battery is so small that it can only power, I think, 2 or 3 hours. But now we have the technology that is going to give you power from the battery for a very long time. Even 24 hours, you have a good battery at the moment. Okay, efficiency. The system now has a very good efficiency. Some system, it reaches about 90% efficiency, meaning it's very, very little loss from such system that in energy conversion system, whatever comes to the system, the output is going to be more or less the same as whatever the system has. So what is intelligence? Okay, if you compare this slide and the before slide, actually on your right hand side, the same slide, just I put the word intelligence, hybrid power system there. What is intelligence? Intelligence dalam bahasa Melayu, bahasa Malaysia is called kecerdikan. Something that it can think for about its own. Actually, the system cannot think about its own, but we can give it orders. We can design the system that is to be able to to take consideration. For example, if the system sense the cloud is very thick. If the cloud is very thick, then probably it will give a shading to your solar PV. When it covers the solar PV, then you will have no output from the solar PV. But the system is able to, if a system with artificial intelligence, once it detects the cloud is very high, the output is low, so that means it will, make some changes to the, to how the power, the solar PV is going to operate. Maybe it can change the angle, the tilting angle, the facing angle. It go automatic. It go automatic. But then this is this is where the intelligence happens. But it is us that is give the system intelligence. Okay, what is intelligent hybrid power system? Actually, the intelligence is at the regulation and conversion state. If you look at this picture that I'm sharing with you, the intelligence actually is at the control box. Usually, I can put it in the control unit. For example, if you use too much energy, the energy, the system, the control system can sense that the power is being used so much that it will auto kick or it will auto on the generator, the diesel generator that you install in such system. Okay, the intelligence comes with the artificial intelligence. Okay, artificial intelligence, the easiest example is that the system recognize, the system recognize that the battery is very little, is ending, the battery is ending, the juice, the power from the battery is reducing. So the system is able to give sensor to give you alert. The battery is finishing, is depleting. So this is a very simple artificial intelligence alert system that I can show to you. But in such system, artificial intelligence can give so much more. Okay, can give so much more. For example, this intelligence hybrid power system, we can start from the modeling state. Maksudnya, we can design the system from the ground up. You can know how much or how many power solar PV that you need to use, how many power cable that you need to use, how many solar wind turbine that you are going to use, how many diesel generator that you're going to use. These are the system modeling that you can start with, but through the help of artificial intelligence. All right. Another thing is artificial intelligence can do is that it can give you an optimal dispatch. What is optimal dispatch means? Optimal dispatch means the power that coming out from the system for you to use. Okay, the power that you store in your battery or your harvest you're getting from your solar PV or your wind turbine, how much the power is going to be stored, how much the power is going to be delivered to you. This is what we call an optimal dispatch strategy. Through an artificial intelligence setup, the system is able to tell you, not only today, but also tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, or maybe next month. So this is through forecasting and also pattern recognition. Okay, the system, the intelligence system, obviously has so many sensors, but it is the computing strength that give the system intelligence. Okay, you have a lot of intelligence algorithm these days. I'm working with some of them to predict how long we are going to predict how long the ICU is going to be used under COVID. So we input everything inside an algorithm, artificial intelligence algorithm, and then the algorithm will give us, how long your ICU ialah what is called it, in hospital ICU, where you get intubated and people, with a very high risk of disease, they go into ICU, and then we can know how long, what is the availability of your ICU under COVID system, for example. For under COVID season, for example. So these are what what make the hybrid power system intelligence, because of the control unit inside the system that is able to tell you how much power you have, how much power you need, how much this power is going to be used for tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, the next day, the next month, the next week, and so on. Okay, this is a conventional renewable energy system solution, or we call it RESS. There are two things. We have one supply and also one demand. Okay, the supply comes from renewable energy sources, as well as conventional system. Inside this slide they have power generations. It can come from the sun, it can come from the heat, it can come from nuclear, for example. It can come from everywhere. And also in a conventional system, you have another thing is what we call a demand. Demand is about power consumption. How much we use to power. We watch Netflix on TV for how long, then we know for how much power that we consume, or the load that we consume for daily, monthly, weekly, yearly, and so on and so forth. So this is actually a conventional system. In an intelligent system, we have a control system that is going to balance out everything. If you need more over here, and then your supply will come more and more, because the demand is getting higher and higher, the supply also have to be higher and higher. So these are the work of the intelligent control system over there. If the demand is going low, there's no point for the supply to high. So the supply also is going low and low and low to meet the demand over there. So this kind of intelligence, I just want to put to you some idea, where this intelligence is going to bring us forward. For example, if we are talking about individual load over here, okay? Individual load, usually in your own house, you have your intelligence, your decision-making unit, your control unit over there. Basically, it covers to you, you have a prediction, about machine learning, or also federated learning or something like that. So the system can calculate by itself. So basically, it arrange itself whenever is there any changes to either of the load or supply of your house. As everyone is using the system, now it becomes a regional load. Okay, regional load. Imagine the whole thing, the same thing about individual load, where it has a intelligent control unit. If everyone in the state, in negeri itu, use the same system, you have a regional control system. Okay, you have a regional control system. The intelligence that is going to arrange power for that region, for that state, for that area, for example. So bayangkan, just imagine, small houses in your in your housing area, they have their own intelligence. Now the whole state, the whole negeri, and the whole area, district, now having its own intelligence system, where it will balance out between demand and supply, just like your individual load or your house intelligence. And then this regional load, they have a lot of region with the same intelligence. Then we have an overall load. For example, the whole country is being managed by a control system. Okay, so just imagine in Malaysia, the whole of Malaysia is being governed by a control system, where the power, the consumption, the power coming in, the power going out, how much generator is going to generate, how much your wind turbine is going to generate, is being controlled by an intelligent control system. So this is exactly how things going on at the moment. We call this one the bigger load over here on your right hand side is actually you know it by the name of microgrid. So intelligence in microgrid, you have a national grid and now you have a microgrid. Being a micro, you can manage it in lines. When you have a very structured grids, you should be able, or you have to control it from the smallest item. When you be able to control the smallest items, then you can control the whole item automatically. Okay, where exactly we going to, where exactly this system you should install, where and why? Okay, these are the two, or the second and third question, why and where this system should be implemented, this system should be installed. Okay, of course, like Malaysia, I believe in Indonesia they have what they call a national grid. Okay, national grid is a system where the power is being supplied from one generator into a receiver. Okay, this national grid is about sending power throughout the nation. Okay, throughout the nation, the whole of Indonesia, the whole of Malaysia have their own national grid. Okay, while we all going to microgrid system, actually the priority now is for us to help the underdeserved community. Underdeserved means community that live very far. Okay, in Malaysia, we have a lot of communities. We have a lot of people are still living very far, very remote from national grid. Okay, so like I said to you, now point number 2, in most countries, reachability of grid is good. Reachability of grid means the grid is extended to everywhere. Okay, it extended to everywhere. For example, in Malaysia, we have from Perlis to Johor, the peninsula of Malaysia. The grid is very good. The grid, the national grid goes everywhere. But then when we talk about accessibility is another issue. Accessibility means, the grid is there, but can you get it? Can you get the power? So this is what I call accessibility. Accessibility from the grid is now another issue. In this presentation, I will share with you two real case scenario that that made us to do this work, to do this research. This is about getting the power to the community. In grids, national grids are extensive. Like I said to you, and most national grids are extensive, meaning they reach out very far. But then the question is, can community get the power? There is very big difference about you sending it and they receiving it. You send something, not necessarily that person get it. Maybe you put it there, but it out of reach. So something like this. So that's why I said to you, very rural or very remote area is not be able to reach to the grid. It's very distant. So that's why on this basis, we believe that this system IHRESS is very possible. We are in the middle of, we already designed it. At the moment as we speak, we are implementing it in within the Arab countries. We are working with our partners over there. In fact, we are trying to build the system that is going to serve the community over there. Okay, I show to you, these are some images in Malaysia. This is a rumah panjang in Malaysia. Most of the rumah panjang in Malaysia, they have electricity, but through diesel generator. Okay, diesel generator. What they do is that they supply the diesel to this area, and then they use the generator to power up, generator to provide energy. Okay, provide energy. But like I said to you, diesel at the moment, as we speak, at the moment, the price is very high. And also the diesel is finishing. The diesel is depleting. Meaning that in maybe 50 years or maybe 100 years, we no longer have fossil fuel. We will no longer have diesel. So what's next? What we should do when the diesel run out, when the diesel gone, there's no fuel at all. So we have to do the transition now rather than at the end of the time, because our people need to grow. Our young generations need to go to education, need to go to school. If we don't do this transition now, then it's going to be very hard for them to adapt to this. So like this Rumah Panjang in Malaysia, there are a lot of communities inside here. For example, on your right hand side, just imagine this Rumah Panjang go 2 kilometers. There are a lot of communities, families living under the same roof, under the roof of this Rumah Panjang. There's no grid connectivity. Like I said to you, in Malaysia, the grid connectivity reach to almost everywhere. And also, like I said to you, the accessibility, whether they get it or not, that is a different thing. Okay, that is a different thing. Like I said, this is what we call a national grid system. On your top left, okay, your top left is national grid system of Malaysia. All these lines have reached from the north to the south, west to the east. Okay. These two also are the grid lines that transmission line or national grid lines in Sarawak and also Sabah. On the top is Sarawak, and the green one is Sabah. Okay, and this Sabah. So if you look closely to these lines, it shows that the transmission line goes right, left, up, down, meaning it travels everywhere. But then there are some communities, they are living too remote, too distant, too distant from the last grid lines. For the last grid line. So this is particularly a concern, particularly a problem statement that we have to work together. I'm telling you, this is from the Malaysian perspective. I'm sure in Indonesia, there are a lot of options. There are a lot of areas that we can help, that we together, you and me, can help together. ITS Surabaya and also USIM can work together to try to bring accessibility to energy to these communities. I give you one example. Okay, I'll give you one example. This is Kampung Mantapok. Okay, Kampung Mantapok is a place within Malaysia, within Sabah. Okay. Okay, did I get it right? Yes. Okay, it's very near to Gunung Kinabalu. Also quite near to Kinabatangan. Okay, so this is a real case of the use of such system. Why we design the system and for who we want to design the system. Obviously, Kampung Mantapok is a native land of Kadazan tribe. Kadazan tribe is one of the tribes. So many tribes in Sabah. Okay, there are a lot of tribes in Sabah and Sarawak. In Malaysia, but the Kampung Mantapok is a native land for the Kadazan tribes. Okay, this kampung, this village has been there since the colonial times, meaning it's coming to 100 years, 200 years before. So there's no point for us to move this kampung and its residents, its people to outside. It is their home. This is their place. This is their village. So questions about bringing them outside is not possible. Okay, it's not possible. Due to this remote area, okay, you can go to Kampung Mantapok through Jalan Ranau Sandakan. Okay, This is 2 and 3 hours of hard road. Okay, if you look at the state of the road there, is very watery, is very distant, is very hard. You know, it's not a tar, it's not a road with tar, but this is a truly road on land. Therefore, for this one, grid connection is not an option, it's not a possibility. So what they do now is that they bring the diesel, for every 1 day or 2 day or 1 week or 2 weeks. The representative of Kampung Mantapo will go and buy diesel to the nearest city, which is 2 or 3 hours of traveling, and then they're going to bring the diesel back, and they're going to power their diesel motors. But like I said to you, diesel is finishing. This diesel is depleting. It's not only diesel but also petrol. But also petrol. Okay. We are talking to our Jordan people, about shale oil, SHALE, shale oil. We are looking to work with the shale oil company, try to extract oil from the rocks, but still there's no guarantee about this fossil fuel continuing. So again, this is a real case study. This is a real condition of why hybrid renewable system with intelligence, in intelligent hybrid renewable system should be implemented, should be something that we work together with or together for. Okay, this is some pictures from our friends in Iraq. We are doing this project or this work together, 3 or 4 countries. We really hope that our friends in Indonesia can join in. You guys can make the first steps. These are the energy situation in Iraq. Okay. On your up left picture, okay, on your up left picture, you look at here, people are buying ice pack, because the cost of energy is very high, so might as well they buy ice pack, so that the ice will cool down their houses. It's very hot down there in Iraq. On your upright picture, this look like this is a damaged electricity pylon on your left, right down here. This is your pylon due to construction issues or even war. There is a pylon going down, so therefore the power going to that area is not going to carry any energy. They have to shut down the whole system. Okay, the whole system. On your down left, okay, this is your down left energy supply checking by a vendor. This gentleman in a green shirt with a lot of, these are all meters. Okay, individual meters. These are individual meters. They are checking energy, the energy cost over there. And then this picture tells us about these are all distribution lines to homes in Iraq. Okay, it's very messy. There are a lot of lines over there. I hope the engineer over there is having a good time, or is managed to sort out the lines to ensure the power go to the homes safely and also guaranteed. But these are all situations in Iraq that another reason, another motivation that we are going to do a system that is using less infrastructure. We bring the power to the community, so that we can have less issues with energy, disturbance, delivery, and all. We have done some work on this issue in Iraq. There's a city called Al-Faw. It's not connected to the national grid. Okay, and also for that area, the energy The electric energy is provided by the private generators. Okay, the private generators, of course. The private generators has to burn diesel, they have to burn something for, coal or anything, so that the power can be delivered to the city of Alfau. I mentioned coal, COAL. Coal is arang batu. Okay, I believe in Indonesia they have a lot of arang batu, coal. In Australia they have a lot of coal. But like I said to you, fossil fuel, fossil materials like coal is not going to last for long. It's not going to last long. Even coal also, the price increasing now at a very high rate, rate. So whether we like it or not, we have to turn to sustainable and also renewable energy sources. Okay, a bit on Alfau. Alfau is located at the southern Iraq, near to the Kuwait border. If you look at these two images here, these are Alfau locations, very near to Kuwait, very near to the sea. Okay, very near to the sea. This is a place with rich natural resources. They have a lot of potentials in the solar PV, very good potential in wind turbine. Okay, so at this location, at this research location, we decided, and agreed with our Iraq counterpart, our Iraq friends there, that we are going to implement this system at the city of Alfau. Coming back a bit to ASEAN. Okay, these two images shows that the potential of Indonesia. Okay, the potential of Indonesia. On your left hand side, this is your left hand side. There are a lot of sites that are now having good renewable projects. Aceh, Padang, Medan, Riau, Bangka, Makassar, Kendari, all over in Indonesia. Okay, all over Indonesia, they have a lot of areas that are going into renewable energy, intelligent renewable energy system. So that means in your country, in Indonesia, they have a lot. You guys have a lot of potential. You have a lot as a student. If you guys are student that listening to this talk, you have a lot of opportunities to contribute to Indonesia. Okay, if you are engineering students, if you are not engineering student, also you can contribute in this field. All right, you can design something that is so smart that is going to help Indonesia becoming the producer of renewable energy in ASEAN. Okay, so there are a lot of opportunities for you to contribute to Indonesia. On your right hand side, this is the picture. This is an image of solar energy potential. Okay, solar energy potential. If you look closely over here, the Sumatra have a potential of 48,000 trillion watt hour per year. Just you imagine the 48,000 trillion watt hour. There's so much potential in the Sumatra. Okay, this is about solar energy. Okay, solar energy is powered by sun, powered by matahari, surya. Okay, powered by surya energy. Okay, very high potential in floating PV. Floating PV means you put your PV on usually on the river or on the sea. Okay, as the sea goes, your solar PV is going to be balanced out on the sea. This is called floating solar PV. Okay, in Kalimantan you have 29,400 trillion watt hour. Okay, most of them are all floating. Okay, very huge potential of floating PV. Floating PV is just 2 or 3 years. I mean, it was first introduced in I think in early 2000s. So that means there are still so much thing to do, so much work to do. It's very new. Okay, if you put your solar PV on a liquid, on the water, okay, on the water, it helps two things. It helps the solar PV to give more power. You know, the issue with solar PV is that, this is the PV. Underneath of the PV is getting hot sometimes. When this side getting hot, this is where you get the sun. Okay, the surya. If this area is hot, then the power is being reduced. The power is got reduced, because of this side is hot. But if you put this side on the water, so basically you have a natural cooling system over here. Okay, the water will reduce the temperature of this solar PV as it continues to have a solar surya over here. So that means second thing is that it will give you a very high efficient a very efficient operation of solar PV if you put it on water. You look further, also Sulawesi and also Java, Bali, and also Maluku and Papua. These are a lot of potential of solar energy. Okay, whoever you are, maybe you are students in management, if you're a student in education, if you're a student in engineering, if you are a student in management or education, there are a lot of potential for you to learn and contribute to this renewable energy aspect. Okay, you can train a lot of people if you are doing in education. You're going to train a lot of future engineer, for this solar energy and also renewable energy. If you are doing a management, maybe you can venture into business for solar energy. So all these great potentials comes with a great opportunity, and I hope you guys catch some of these opportunities. Okay, from what, where, and why, now we go to how. Okay, we go to how. How, kenapa dalam bahasa Melayunya, because kenapa, why we have to do renewable energy system. How. Now why, how meaning how we going to do it. Okay, how we going to do it. Bagaimana dalam bahasa Melayu is called bagaimana. The system is a systematic grid design. Okay, with a mix of renewable and conventional sources. So that means before you implement on any IHRESS system, you better design it through a computational software or computational system. So that means you plan it before you implement it. It also consists of an intelligent element in a system. So they mean the system is not only have solar PV, wind turbine, generator, battery bank, and so on, but it has also a intelligent unit. You have an intelligent control system there, so that it can know how much is coming from your solar PV, how much is coming to your wind turbine, how much your generator have to work, how much is battery bank is producing, delivering the power. So this control unit will control all of this for. So this is intelligence element in design. Okay, most of the intelligence system start with a computerized modeling. Okay, we model it, and then we simulate it, and then we look at the potential. We look at the scenario, how much of solar PV, how much of the battery, how much of the wind turbine output that we need. Okay, and through this modeling and also computerized system, we can test the system somehow. We can test the system, how it's behave, how it's going to hold durability system, how is in efficiency, and also whether it can continue work for how many years. So that's the good thing about computerized system or computerized modeling, I should say. Because last time we don't have computerized modeling. What we do is that we install, we take it run, and we hope for the best. So obviously during those times we don't have a good supercomputer for for calculating for us. All everything we do is manual. We calculate and then we do a sizing and then we install and we hope for the best. So that's what we do last time. But now we, in the modern area, in the modern times, we have computerized modeling. So this modeling that I'm talking about, if you look at the image on your right hand side, this is your right hand side. This is a modeling that explains the the arrangement at the top. They have wind turbine, PV module, generator, you have a battery bank, and so on and so forth. You can transform this arrangement into modeling. This what we do with MATLAB. Okay, MATLAB is a computerized modeling. Okay, MATLAB is a computerized modeling that we use for to create a model, and we run it and then we test this model under a lot of scenarios. Okay, run it under scenarios. Okay, these are the recent work that we do and we publish in Scopus and also in WOS. You can have a look, you can have a look of these papers, what we do and how we do it on the system. We work mostly with our Iraq partners and Jordan partners, where we do simulations, we do installation, is real installation, and also we do prediction for this kind of system. We use a lot of Homofront. Okay, Homofront is a utility scale hybrid system. This is what I said about computerized modeling. Homer is one of the Homer is one of the computerized modeling that we have at the moment with us. The other would be PVCs and also some other, I believe, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. I forgot what it's called, another one. Okay, whatever it is, these are what we call computerized modeling. Okay, these are all modelings that we use in order for us to test our design, to test our configurations under several scenarios or circumstances. All right. And also from the software, from the Homer software, we are able to have simulated results, and how much the power coming into the system, how much the power potentially coming into the system, how much power going out, how much power we require the next day. There are a lot of things that this system can do. The computerized modeling can do. Okay, we do our modeling, we run it, we simulate it, and then we have results. Although the result is, I would say, ideal, but we test run it under scenarios. In some of the modeling software, you can simulate the the area it operates. For example, whether the system is operating at a very high temperature, low temperature, and so on and so forth. Having computerized modeling gives us a lot of benefits, meaning that we can explore a lot of combination, a lot of configurations that is going to help producing enough power for that particular area. Okay. Take this example, why we need to do this is our steps. This is our steps for you to start doing doing a design of such system. Okay, first of all, what you need to do, you need to determine the details of selected region rural. Okay, so you need to find out the location and population. Why? Because we want to know how many people live there. Why we need to know how many people live there? Because we want to know how much power they need, how much demand of power they need. So that's number one. in this study, in this kind of research, in this kind of work, only two things that matters: how much coming in, which is your resources; how much is coming out, is your demand. So these are the two things that you need to know before we start. Before you start so long, or you start designing, you need to do resources, how much you have, how much you have to give, your demand. So that's why the first step, you have to go determine your site, where you want to do. Sulawesi, you want to do in Java, you want to do in Perak, you want to do in Kedah, Johor, KL. So you need to know where is your selected region. Okay, selected region. You need to know the location and also population, so that you can understand the local resources there. Okay, local resources there. For example, in this area, Alfao, in the city of Alfao, these are all potential data. I mean, potential irradiation and also wind energy across Iraq. If you look at here, on your right hand side, at the top one, right hand side top one, this is the wind speed availability in Iraq. Okay, if you look at the green areas here, there are a lot of wind. Green means wind. The more green, the more wind it has. Like I said to you, City Alfao is at the south of Iraq, which means if you look at this image, there are a lot of wind potential over here, because Alfao is stated just before Kuwait over here, just before the country Kuwait. Okay, on your right bottom image are this image are the irradiation data. Okay, irradiation data. Just remember that Alfao is stated at the bottom part of the country. If you look at here, it has a lot of very orange coming to red, for example. So that means it has a lot of irradiation data over here. So that means that at this area, Alfao area, there are two resources. Number one is wind power. Number two is solar PV, solar data or irradiation data. So the resources over there are two resources. Okay, there are two resources. Okay, how much resources? And you have to look at your left hand side. These are the two graphs that we do survey over there. Okay, on the extreme left is daily radiation in kilowatt hour per meter square per day. So basically, on your extreme left is how much irradiation. So that means Surya, the strength of the Surya, the strength of the sun. Okay, the strength of the sun. Because you have to know the strength of the sun, because if you put a solar PV, the sun will go to your solar PV, some chemical issues going there, conversion here and there. The sun power will be translated to your energy when the solar PV absorb the photon, the irradiation. So that means if you have high strength of solar irradiation, meaning you have a lot of power coming from your solar PV. So that's why irradiation data is very, very important. On your left, but then in the middle one, the graph average wind speed, it explains about how fast the wind energy there, how fast wind energy there. Averagely, if you look at the averagely now, maybe 4 meter per second, 4 meter per second for all of the month. So that means you have a 4 millisecond wind speed over there. All right, so that's why you need to know where the location, so that you know how much power potential over there. The next one is that the next is that once you know this resources, you can estimate the potential of energy over there. For this site, for this work site, we know already. There are two types of resources, which one is the sun power, the second is the wind power. Okay, coming back. Coming back to us here in ASEAN. Okay, we look at this beautiful region on your top image. Okay, on your top images, for example, you have a lot. We have in Asia, in ASEAN, we have a lot of solar potential. You know, for example, some part in the some part of Malaysia over there, the northern part of Malaysia have a lot of solar strength. You know, the Surya there is very, very high. You know, and also if you look at the top right image, this is the wind power over there. Just imagine at the, you know, most of the areas in Indonesia, they have a lot of wind potential over there, because you look at the color. You know, those color with the blue color have a very high you know, have a very high wind speed. You know, the dark ones, the dark colors there. So what I'm trying to tell you is that ASEAN region, you know, Malaysia and Singapore and Indonesia and Philippines have a lot of potential on solar and wind energies. Okay, we have a lot of solar and we have a lot of energy, solar energy and also wind energy. And also we have cheaper costs, you know, because renewable energy equipment now, the cost is going down. The cost is going down, you know. It's more affordable. It's more affordable nowadays to have a renewable energy system. And number three is, in Asia, we have a very high level of human capital. So that means there are a lot of human potential that is going to you know, to help ASEAN grow very big. Okay, so there are a lot of potential here in ASEAN, meaning you and me, Malaysia and Singapore. Malaysia and Indonesia. Okay, now the second step for you to have, or for you to do for this, to have this system, is that you have to do a load estimation. So that's why you need to know the resources and also the demand. So this is where you know that you have to know the demand. Okay, for you to know the load, how much power is being used by that particular community, you have to do what we call a load survey. Okay, a load survey. Just focus on your left image. Okay, your left image shows that these are all load profile from Kampung Mantapuk, Sabah, Malaysia. Okay, Kampung Mantapuk, Sabah, Malaysia. They, you know, this research has showed that a very thorough and also very detailed profile, so that you have a total daily load, you have average load, you have a peak load, and also you have a load factor. Okay, so you also have a normal load, you have a Sunday load, you have a church ceremony, and also festive celebration. So obviously Kampung Mantapuk is an area with a lot of communities, with a lot of religions. They have a church over there, and also they celebrate festive very good. So that means, because you know, that means this area requires you know, an average of 50 kilowatt hour per day. You know, under church ceremony you have 49 over there. So in average Kampung Mantapuk has you know, has a communities that require an average total daily load of about 53 to 55 kilowatt hour. When you know how much demand is there, then only you can plan how much you're going to supply to the demand. Okay, supply to the demand. So there's no point for you to, you know, to supply something without knowing what is required, what is the demand is. You know, maybe you're going to supply more than what is required, so it's going to be a waste. also there's no point for you to supply very small that this is not going to suit, going to be able to use by the community because it's so small. So that's why the intelligence relation between your supply and also your demand is very crucial, so that the system is able to know, is able to match the supply and also the demand. We look at your right image, on your right image, okay? These are the profile, daily profile, seasonal profile, and also yearly profile for the one of the cities that we're working on at the moment is Zerbatia city in Alfa, Iraq. So based on this data, on this load survey, we know that there are 83 houses over there which require about 36.41 kilowatt hour per day, okay? Kilowatt hour per day. So and also you have establishment building. Establishment buildings mean government offices, something like that. Okay, they have 11 of them with a consumption of 145.65 kilowatt hour per day. And also you have one clinic and you have one school. So this is what city of Zerbatia has. The people of Zerbatia is consuming. This is the demand of Zerbatia city. Okay, so daily energy load is about 4,4691.61 kilowatt hour per day. So now we know in Alfau, district Alfau, we have a Zerbatia, one of the areas called Zerbatia city. It requires 4,000, it's about 5,000, I approximate it up, 5,000 kilowatt hour per day. So how much this power is going to supply? So this is why you need to have a system that is intelligent enough to know the supply and the demand, so that it will be matched at least, in a good margin. Example, I'm going to show you example how to do load survey. You can do this at home. Okay, you can do this at home. Let's say this is your house area. Okay, this is your house area. So what you should do is that you have to list all the home appliances and their power consumption. Okay, power consumption. Home appliances, for example, like this phone. Okay, like this phone. This is an iPhone. You know how much wattage over here, how much watt it consumes. You can know this through, you have refer back to the box, to the data sheet that comes with the phone, and then you're going to list like this. Okay, list like this schedule, like I did on the slide. You also need to know number of hours for one unit consumption. For example, this phone you're going to charge for how long? Okay, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So now you know how much, what hour that you're going to use for this phone if you charge the phone at your home. Okay, is there anything else I can show you here? No, it's too far. Okay, for example, you have a laptop. This is laptop. When you charge your laptop, okay? For example, a laptop nowadays comes with a fast charging, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, let's say 30 minutes. This laptop consumes of about 70 or 80 watt. So you charge it for over 30 minutes. So you turn that into per hour. So that means you are looking at 140 watt per hour for your laptop. So you do that for all of the electrical appliances, peralatan, devices that you have at your home. Then only you know how much power, kilowatt hour per day that your house is using. Just like this table, just like this energy consumption of city of Zerbatia. You can do this at home. You get, maybe tonight or tomorrow you can during your weekend you can apply engineering at your home. It can be a very very happy activities with your with your children, if you're married, if you're with your family, your mom, your mother, your father, or even your siblings. You just estimate how much power your house is using, and then your father will calculate it. Then you know how much power you're using and how much money you have to use, you have to pay for your power that you consume. Try do this at home. When my late father was still with us, we do this, once a month, something like that, just to just to have activities together. Now that he's gone, I just install sensors. Okay, number three. Step number three is that you need to know what kind of renewable energy potentials that you're going to use. In the case of kampung in Sabah, you have solar and also a wind and also a turbine, water turbine. From our analysis, you have a water turbine over there. So going back to city of Zarabatia, like you said just now, you have wind and also solar. Wind and also solar, Surya. So you got to you got to choose. When you use your, you run the Homer modeling, you can select from the software. You can select which energy potential you're going to select for your simulation purpose. Okay, based on these steps, okay, the step that I just explained to you, for these two papers, okay, for these two papers is being published. It's already published in the year 2021. What we do is that we use the computing modeling, computerized modeling, and we come up with 7 scenarios. 7 scenarios, meaning that we did the step that we did all the steps that I explained to you just now, and then we run it under 7 scenarios. Okay, 7 scenarios. 7 scenarios means, if you look at the table on your right hand side, the 7 scenarios mean, what if we have no diesel, what if we have PV, what if we have wind turbine, what if we have battery, what if we have everything. So something like that. So it's like a statistic ratio, something like that. Okay. So these are scenarios that we run. Okay. DG stands diesel generator, WT is wind turbine, PV is photovoltaic, BT is battery storage, and converter efficiency. Okay. So based on this, these two papers shows the work that we perform at Alfao. Just remember Alfao Iraq. Okay, Alfao Iraq. Based on the Alfao usage and demand, we have come up with a configuration. We based on this based on scenario 6 is the optimum and cheapest and with the highest durability rate. Maksudnya, meaning that the optimum means the supply and also the demand become very good. This means it's not too much supply, it's not too little supply, it's not too much demand, it's not too little demand. So just the most optimum. The most optimum comes from the cost of energy, COE. Okay, and also the cheapest. The cheapest meaning, the cheapest means the system, you have to buy. We have to buy the diesel. You have to buy the solar PV. We have to buy the turbines and all. But scenario 6, item number 6 shows that the power that is required by IFAO can be delivered with a configuration of the cheapest one. The cheapest one. Okay. I have to stress this one. Yes, there are a lot of work that says why you have to go to cheapest, why you just buy everything, regardless of the price. If this is too high, it's okay as long as it can meet the demand. Our our response was that we want to keep this project, we want to keep this work at a sustainable level, sustainable from environmental point of view, sustainable from the cost point of view. There's no point for us to propose a system or propose a work or design a system that is too costly for the community to run, for example, for the community to maintain. So there's no point. So this is why I said to you, based on our work, we have found that for the for the city of Alfau, we should have a diesel generator. You don't need solar PV. You should have a wind turbine. You should have a battery, and so you should have a converter. That is going to give you enough power for the community there. So if you look at your left-hand side, this is the system design coming from our Homer computerized design, and this is the simulation results. And at the bottom one, how much wind turbine? Sorry, how many wind turbine? For this amount of power that we're going to supply to the community, we can supply the power with a 39 wind turbine, 5 diesel generator, 351 battery, with the lowest cost of energy of 0.123 USD per kilowatt hour for a duration of 22 years. 22 years at the efficiency of over 90%. So these are all what we analyzed and calculated and designed. We have reached to this this conclusion. Okay, to this conclusion.
So, Muhammad, I'm sorry, the times I think is up.
Oh, yeah, go.
Yeah.
Okay, let me finish. Let me check a few more. Okay, I think. Okay, this is a bit on the Sabah Kampung Mantapok. The best modeling is as such. Okay, you can have a look later. Okay, the conclusion to take away, like I said to you, energy has become enabler. Yet there are so many reasons for us to have a good energy level. You want to have a good education, you need to have a good health and safety, you need to have a good food security. If you want to use, you have your chicken, you're cooking your chicken, you have to make sure the chicken that you cook for your family is being stored in fridge and all, so that it contributes to all. So that's why I say to you, there are so many reasons why energy is important. However, there are so many of us still have not have access to energy, meaning energy, they don't have the energy. So that's why for us, me and you today, we need to do something about this. Okay, so this is my idea, our idea of this to help this community. I would like to listen to your ideas. We want to collaborate with you. Anyone lah. I mean, I do not know who you are. Maybe you are a student or researcher or anything like that. We would like to work with you so that we can bring this to everywhere, not only to Indonesia but to everywhere in the world. I think that's it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening to me. I return this to the moderator. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Muhammad, for your very interesting lectures. So I not realize the time is over with you. So if you have any question, guys, for the participant, you can raise your hand or just type in the chat box. If you hesitate to ask in English, it is okay if you ask in Bahasa. So anyone?
I have a question.
Okay, Steve.
Okay, quickly, I'll just go straight to the point. I won't waste much of your time. First of all, I would like to say thank you so much for the lecture earlier, Professor. My name is Peter Steve. I'm a student at ITS. And it was really insightful knowing that you are dwelling on sustainable energy. to be honest, this is my first time knowing about this innovation. But out of curiosity, I would like to know, is this project a national program, or maybe it's run by the government or funded by the government? If not, how are you funding this project? Because, for example, if you're targeting to get to the remote areas, how are you getting the funds so that you can reach out to those areas? Because I think this project, it can be costly in such a way that you need to know how to find the funding or the cost. So I would like to know about that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Peter. Very good question. Sustainability of the project is a very much concern. Sustainability of the project means when the project completed, how the project is going to be sustained over X years. Okay, based on our work, this is actually individual work is being funded by the government through grants. Okay, through grants. But what we are trying to do is that we are going to have corporate coming in, the companies coming in, that they are going to have a business model, a good business model on this initiative. Meaning that of course, like you said, everything has got a price. There's no free meals in this world, but you can come to my house and I'm going to have a good cook for you free. But like you said, I agree with you. There's no free lunch in the world. What we're going to do is that we are going to ask the corporates, the corporate sector to come in and have a business model on this. Maybe the cost is going to be minimal. I'm not going to hide that there is a cost, but the cost is going to be very minimum. Compared to you bring up a very high pylon, you have a very big infrastructure going on, it will cost you millions of dollars. But with such arrangement of the system, we are looking not more than hundreds of thousands, not more. So we're still working how to do in developing the business model on this, so that everyone is going to be pleased. Everyone is going to be pleased, and also it's a win-win situation for everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Peter. You're welcome to my house. No problem, man.
Sure, I'll let you know when I come there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Peter, for the question, and we will going on to other questions. So anyone who want to have a question, just raise your hand or chat in the chat box.
Okay.
No question. I think everybody is.
Oh wait, I think they have one question there from Lutfi.
Lutfi. Oh, okay. In the chat box there. So I will read for you. Or Lutfi, you can open your mic. Or I just read the question right. When you did the survey in remote location, did you do it manually or you use intelligence technology to survey the location? I think you can do intelligence technology in remote location, since usually remote location also has bad infrastructure, such as bad signal, so we can use the intelligence system properly. However, I might be wrong. Thank you. So how about you?
All right. For the remote areas, what we do, there are three works that we did there. First of all, is a survey. Like Ahmad Lutfi said, the load survey, we do it manually. Okay, we do it manually because nothing's there. Okay, there's no internet connection, and also electricity also is not stable there. So what we did was we do it manually. We collect all the data manually, and then when we reach the nearest town, we upload everything into our cloud. So that's how we do it. About I believe there is something to do with chemical, no, right? Oh, it's bad signal. Yeah, correct. Okay, he's from chemical engineering. Sorry. So that's how we do it, Lutfi. We do it manually. We have our we have our manual system as well, but dealing with this area, like you said, I agree with you. The area is not covered with internet, very unstable, even unstable electricity. So what we do is we spend a few days there, and do manually everything, and then once we get back to the nearest city that have electricity and internet, then we upload everything to the cloud.
Okay, thank you, Ahmad Lutfi, for the question. So, is there any other question?
Thank you, Lutfi. You also welcome to my house anytime.
Yeah. Okay, maybe that's all for the question for this section today. So I would like to read the conclusion of this session. So Mohzaini have a lecture about IHRESS, and he also explained about the case study in Kampung Mantapok, Sabah, Malaysia, and also Sarbatia City of Iraq. And he also explained about how to implement the IHRESS, such as determine the title of region, load estimation or survey, and selection of energy potential for simulation and optimization. So thank you very much, Muhammad Mohzaini Azizan, for the lecture today. I hope that all of you, the participant, and we also get many insight for the lecture today. So I will give back this session to Vivi. Thank you for having me as a moderator today.
Thank you so much, Ibu Gita, for conducting this amazing session, and especially to Professor Muhammad Mohzaini Azizan as the excellent lecture today's session. Furthermore, I would like to have all the participants to turn on your camera because we are going to have the photo session together with our lecture today. Okay, I'm waiting for you to turn on your camera so we can have a photo group session. Okay, I'm going, since that we have X slide here, Prof. Muhammad, so it's going to take time to take the picture here. So I'm going to count for the first slide. Okay, you can put your best smile. 1, 2, 3, and smile. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and smile. 1, 2, 3, and smile. Okay, the rest slide, they are not turning on the camera, so just take the picture. And furthermore, to Professor Muhammad, I would like to present a certificate wording, but unfortunately, it's not. It has not been signed yet by our rector. When it's done, we will send you through the email, as well as the documentation today. Yeah, I hope that it will be. I will send you soon. And thank you so much to Ibu Gita as moderator today. Finally, we have reached the end of today's global learning program, and we sincerely apologize for any mistake we have made in presenting a master ceremony. Thank you very much to Professor, to Associate Professor Muhammad as speaker today, and Ibu Gita as the moderator today, and all the participants for the attention and appreciation. We will see you again in next global learning program. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you for.
Thank you so much, Prof, and all the participants. You might